making money. And you want to lock in your trade, you also want to protect your downside at the same time.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of American Dream Trading's Futures Education and Training Program. This is an outreach of American Dream Trading, which was founded by Chad Christian, who we affectionately call Coach. And we call him Coach because he helps us navigate the muddy waters of everything investing, such as stocks, stock options, crypto, and of course my personal favorite and the main theme of this show, futures. I just love futures. That's all I do anymore. I've done it all, but I love futures the most. Just my jam at this point in my trading career. It's been almost, I don't know what, going on a year almost, right? Yeah, something like that. About another month. Been about 11 months full-time futures. Before I was really concentrating more on stock options and stocks and things like that. So bulk of it being stock options. So don't miss it at all. I love futures that much. Glad to have you here with us today. My name is Mark McSee. I'm one of the moderators here at American Dream Trading. Glad you could be here. You know the routine. If this is your first time being here today, I ask that you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you click the like buttons, the thumbs up buttons if you're on YouTube. And also share out this feed to those on your social network so they can gain insights and understanding into the futures market. We'll answer questions as time allows. So if you have questions, feel free to type them down into your social media chat box. Also, moderators will be in and out of those rooms all day long, helping monitor, helping me answer questions, bringing things to my attention as needed. And I appreciate the help of all the other moderators, Doug and sometimes Bucko's in there, Ralph, and many more, depending who shows up at any given time. So without their help, this would be a lot more stressful to do. So anyway, glad you could be here today. We had a really good day. I started trading at 2 o'clock this morning, Eastern time. I traded mostly gold this morning. NQ was okay too. But some reason I got into gold and was trading that for quite a while, a good part of the early morning hours. So I basically between 2 a.m. and 3:30, I was trading gold and NQ. And NQ broke down, had a nice drop in the market, which took gold with it. Gold was actually following the indices there for a while, and then it broke away later on in the day and did what it's supposed to do on a daily basis. Then that would be to, it's usually the inverse of the indices. So if the indices are going up, usually gold will go down because people are putting money into the stock market, into the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Russell, the Dow, right? Those type of things. So there's not as much fear because people aren't afraid to put their money there. Therefore, gold will drop. And then the inverse is also true. When people flee the market, they may flee to the perceived safety of gold. Doesn't happen all the time. Matter of fact, we've been in a funk with gold following the indices more or less here for the last few weeks. Part of it was because there was a large run-up on gold there for the longest time. And so anyway, it seemed today, I don't know, what time did we say that was? 10:30, something like that. It kind of went back to being the inverse of itself. So I'm looking here at NQ. I'm looking for a play to the downside here. We just rode this bad boy all the way up. Did very well on the upside over here. And I'm looking to see a downside. I don't see any large orders. This is a stair step down. Now I do have levels here, of course, that I got to watch for. And I'm looking here to see if I have any things here to play I want to make. Now they can always, I'm a scalper, so I can always jump in any time as far as that goes to a certain point. But I want to have a smart trade, right? So I try to wait for what I need. I don't see any large orders to the downside right now on NQ in my L2. And so we'll wait. If I know you can't see my L2 on here, but I have it on my other monitor. I didn't think about setting this up ahead of time to get both of them on there. I'll try to do that tomorrow, depending on which one I use. I mean, I could use Weeble as far as that goes, but this is my trading view. Okay, so anyhow, thank you for those shares and those likes up there. Any place you see ADT Coach on TikTok, that is actually me, as Coach and I share these live feeds using the same business account, which is ADT Coach. If you're watching on anything else that says ADT Coach, all in lowercase letters, no spaces, no commas, no dots, no numbers, you are on a scammer site. You need to leave it, report them, block them. It should quite frankly just say ADT Coach, ADTCOACH, all in lowercase letters. If you're on any other one feed, then you are on a scammer site. You need to, again, block that and get out of that one, delete it off your followers. This is the one true one. Yeah. So that's the only problem with social media, right? People can copy your profiles and stuff. It only takes a copy and a paste, and now they can create whoever they want to be. And unfortunately, there's people that have hearts black as coal and are not afraid to steal money from other people. So never ever give any money to anybody that asks for it. We will never contact you. We don't contact you through Telegram or WhatsApp, or we will not DM you even within our free Discord. There's only two ways we communicate with you, and that is via communicating within our stock lounges, right? And that's just like typing, just like you would do here. And also through our live Zoom calls. Those two ways people really can't scam you, because you can see who they are and you can hear them and all that. So if you happen to ever get a DM from anybody, make sure you reject it and report it also. Now, we will, when you first sign up for a membership, you'll get an email, but that's, you have to input that. And you'll know it's from us, because it will say American Dream Trading, and it'll also have the direct address, americandreamtrading.com. So other than that, that's the only two ways we communicate. Any other ways are scammers. Guarantee you 100%. You don't even have to ask. Coach warns about it every day. We talk about it every day, and we talk about it within our Discords also daily. So if you see it, let us know. By the way, speaking of a Discord, we have an absolutely free Discord over on our website, American Dream Trading. And if you scroll down about halfway down the landing page, you will see the link that will take you to our free Discord. Once you're registered, you can interact with other members in our Traders Lounge. You can ask questions, discuss trades. Again, we're not going to tell you when to buy or sell. We don't do that, right? But you can discuss trades and what it is, or for levels or anything like that. Just general questions in general chit chat. There's also the information about our memberships. You can also there's an education channel in there. Again, now free members only see a few channels. I'm thinking maybe 6, maybe. I'd have to go actually look. They're limited. Now we have every membership level they have their own set of channels inside the Discord. So in other words, a diamond member, which is our top tier, includes everything that we have. They would have every single channel. And you're talking what? I don't know, since we consolidated, I haven't counted, 50 maybe? Is there that many now? So where a premium member or even a free member would only have a few channels. So membership has its privileges. So that includes links to Zooms and live chat features in there also through the Zoom and through the Discord, I mean. So anyhow, watch an NQ here while it consolidates, sits here and goes sideways. Again, anytime you see TikTok, you see ADT Coach, that is actually me. I will type 123 in there right now, so you will know that's me. I said it before I did it. There you go. It should pop up there now and say 123. There's always a delay on there, so you know that is me. It does say ADT Coach. There it is, 123. Just popped up on TikTok. So, I mean, Coach does pop in from time to time, but usually he'll come in and when he logs in or whatever, you'll see it. So, or he'll come in here and talk. Anyway. All right, what else we got going on here? So I'm kind of waiting for a good setup here. We got the 200 MA down here. I have a gold level here at just 150. It is on a short-term trend to the downside, falling. It's been in a downtrend all day. However, it just recently rode up. We are currently, let's see where we're at percentage-wise. The S&P 500 is still down 1.06%. The NASDAQ still down officially 1.19%. The Russell 2000 companies, small caps, are down 0.95%, and the Dow is down 0.80%. So we are, even though this climbed, we're still in a down day. Just won't be as much. That's all. So they drove the market down today. It was a glorious ride up, a glorious ride down, and everything in between. Went from lots of volume all day long to no volume, back to high volume. So it was a pretty good day. Good job, Stella. One of our paid members, 32% total growth on their total account. Outstanding. That's money in the bank, right? Ting ting. By the way, paid members, were you able to hear that sound? Okay. Over on our YouTubes, Doug has been so kind, one of our moderators, Doug W. over there. He has been so kind to put our promos that we currently have in force in there, and they're clickable links that will take you to our American Dream Trading website and to our process server, which is WHOP, W-H-O-P. So don't freak out. They're our third-party credit card processor. So just like when you go to a store and you swipe your card, Macy's is not actually processing that card. Another bank is that they're in have a contract with, and WHOP is who we have a contract with to handle all those type of things. Anyhow, check that out. You can find out about all our different membership levels over at our website, American Dream Trading. We have mentorship with David. It's a one-on-one, $5,000 one time. That will get you 3 hours per month, I believe, with David, who will tailor it to your needs. That's a $5,000 one-time payment, and that's for a year. And we also have, you can also do 2-month installments, so you can pay 2 months. We also have our VIP Gold add-on, which requires a VIP membership for $2,500. You get the VIP, I'm sorry, let me backtrack it. Get the VIP for $2,500. You get 3 months of VIP Gold membership for absolutely free. It's 2 hours for a month, not 3 with David. Then also we have our futures membership. It's $2,500 a year if you pay it by the year. It's $250 if you pay it by the month. So you see, you get 2 months free by paying by the year. You will also get 3 months of futures VIP. That gets you additional training, gets you additional Zoom calls, and it also gets you our weekly newsletter. Now, with all those, we also have a 2-week free trials on a few of our products. If you want to come in and kick the tires and use the full benefits of the membership for 2 full weeks, you can do that. We have our premium membership, which is our entry-level membership. That starts at 8:45 every morning on a live Zoom call through 4 p.m. for 2 weeks. That's $19. One-time payment, $19. We also have our crypto membership, same thing. They have a live Zoom call every Wednesday night, and they do have pop-up Zoom meetings also. And that is also $19 a month. And we also have our futures 2-week trial for $49. Now that one's more expensive because we give you these indicators that you see on your screen that work with TradingView. Now you have to have a TradingView subscription to be able to use it. So I see some orders down to 166 down there, 167, 166.75. I'll go ahead and jump in this while we're talking here. I am going to be watching my screen when I'm making a trade. I'm going to concentrate on my trade. I'm looking for some more orders to the downside if there is any. You can see right now I'm up a little $25, $30, right? $50. Is there any orders more to the downside? I don't see them. I might be locking this in here. And we'll see here. I have 161s. 161, and I'm at 168. Let's see here what we have. I'm up $65 right now. I don't see the 161s on my L2. I might take profit here, even though I know them orders were down there. Let's see what happens here. And I'm up 70, and I'm up $85, and all I'm doing is one little E-mini here. And there's, I'm going to go ahead and lock it in, just sitting, a little slow on the trigger there. It was 65, and it went to 35 as I clicked it, as I hesitated. Didn't click fast enough. So good thing I did, because it just took it all back if I hadn't, right? So there was a quick, I believe that said $30 before it actually fell off. So where else can you make $35 if that's what it was? This is what it looked like. Actually, I made, yeah, that sounds about right. to look at my thing here. Trying to look at my order here. I made $20. He gave me 20 the time it processed. So anyway, instead of 30, it was actually 20. I buy and sell exclusively by market orders. You can do limit orders if you like. I just don't like going in here and have to do all the extra little clicky clicks you got to do, but that's just personal preference. Now it does have a DOM system, which is like a price ladder. I can come in here and click on the specific one to buy it. I'm just not comfortable using it. I don't use that type of ordering. I just haven't been too lazy, haven't spent the time to learn to get good at it. Let's put it that way. I'm just very good. Just buy and sell, one button, click, click, been done. Right. So, all right. Thank you, Chart and Soul, for your subscription. Thank you for that very much. All right. Mason, come in, following the host. Thank you. Chuck-a-lock. Again, anytime you see ADD Coach in TikTok, that's actually me. I'll be typing 1, 2, 3 and other different things in there throughout this, trying to keep the TikTok alive because this thing still tells you, oh, we haven't, see, it says it right now. We haven't seen anything for 2 minutes. Well, I got the thing up. I just type stuff in there. And I'm going to type in 4, 5, 6. How's that? So, as you know, about an hour and a half, they want to kick you off here if you can't complete the puzzle. And the system I'm currently using has some issues with that puzzle loading up. Now, it worked perfectly Friday, so we'll see what happens. Just had another TikTok update today, software. So, now we're pulling back up to the upside on CanQ. We see anything else out there, members, needs looked at or not? Let's take a look at the Dow. The Dow is kind of hanging down the bottom of the channel. Of course, ES, which is the S&P 500, would probably be pretty much mirroring NQ, and it is. It's right there at the 9. I like trading the NASDAQ. It's more volatile. It can potentially have more movement. Not always, but potentially it does. I just like it. It's also very risky. It'll rip your face off in a heartbeat, right? So we'll see here what happens. I'm not going to take any trades unless they're good ones. I'm going to try to be picky. So where would be my next entry? Well, if it breaks and holds above this white line, which is a 9 EMA, which by that time it'll probably be right here at this level, I'll think about getting in. Now, that is what we call diddling in the middle. See this gray line that goes up here? This is a channel. This is top of the channel, bottom of the channel. This is in the center. Shouldn't really enter in the middle of a channel because it can go either way, up or down. But when and if it gets up there, if it can break through this level, I'll reevaluate it at that 191 level, see if there's anything on the L2 order book that may suggest that people want to take that up higher. I am watching it out of the corner of my eye, so, but I'm also answering your questions also. Thank you, Naked Thrifter, for showing up. And who else we got? If you have any questions, feel free to type them into your chat box, and we'll do our best to answer them live during this show. As a matter of fact, I'll say the name of the person that typed it. All right. James, we are not getting orange Kool-Aid. It's always purple Kool-Aid. That is it. Occasionally we'll have strawberry, but purple Kool-Aid is the official drink of futures. So here we go. We're going to try to test this up to the upside again. Now, what I do to go to the downside, I want to see a break below here, break and hold. By that time, it'd be breaking to 55. Unfortunately, I have a 150 gold level and VWAP, which is this blue line, is sitting right here. So I'd rather it go up. There's less traffic going up. Now, I do have VWAP up here, but that's a lot of money between here and there. There's a lot of money between here and there when you come right down to it, but it tends to bounce before it gets somewhere, and I have a gold level here. So you can see where these kind of sat there. And the 200 will probably be caught up to it by the time it gets there. But I could do a quickie trade. I'd have to get in, get out kind of thing, right? All right, so I do see we're at current price of 179.75. I don't see any large orders downside. I do see a medium order to the upside for 182.50. And that would be up above pretty much where this line's at right now. So we'll look there. Okay. All right. YouTube's questions. I don't see anything on there. All right, let us know. We'll sit here and watch us and see what happens. All right. I'm going to get rid of that message off there and see how long it takes that to pop up. Now I'm going to type 678. There you go. In a couple seconds, that should pop up on TikTok, and it has. Questions, comments, free members, free watchers, or paid members. It's your show too. It's your membership. Feel free to ask questions or make comments. All right, we had quite a few people do good today, make money. Not always. I mean, not everybody makes money, right? People make poor decisions. As a matter of fact, I was trading live in front of our members, got into a trade, which I thought was a good one. And it literally fell apart seconds after I got in it and pulled down. Instead of me ripping the Band-Aid off, taking the loss, getting out of the trade for probably $100 or whatever, I rode that bad boy down. I was down, I believe, a minimum of $500 at one point. I sat in it. I hung in there instead of, I was about to sell it and I didn't. But I showed him what not to do. That's how I tend to look at it. Don't do what I just did. Do what I say, not what I just did. Right? It was a bad mistake on my part. And I did get fortunate. It did finally work its way up, but I think I was in that trade for like 20 minutes waiting on it to come back up. Could have been potentially disastrous to my account because I am using this small account here to trade and educate our paid members. They can watch me trade live while I talk through what I am doing. I don't tell them when I get in. I don't tell them when I sell. Talking about levels, talking through the trade like I would talk to myself through the trade. You should always talk out loud when you're in a trade, right? Any quick pointers for beginners as myself? Asked Jan Tonino. Sure. The beginning, you want to educate first. You want to get the education. Don't even think about trying to come in and throwing money in the market, slapping it up against the wall, see what sticks. I would highly recommend that you invest in your education first. Investing in one's education pays the greatest dividends, according to Ben Franklin, and I happen to agree with him. We see too often people come in here, they fund an account, and they start trying to trade before they even know what's going on. Coach himself said if he could make you have to wait a year before you could trade, he would. But of course, we can't do that. We can't stop you from trading or opening an account. But our recommendation is when you come in, when you join American Dream Trading, is that you do that very thing. Get the education first. Get in on the Zoom calls. Be in front of your computer every waking second that's possible for you. You know, take notes, ask questions, take notes, ask questions. Listen to the sound of Coach's voice. Follow explicitly the rules that he has. They will help keep you from destroying your account. Those rules are there to help you preserve your account, not make money. All right? Making money comes through learning how to trade. So eventually, over time, and time is different for everybody. You know, we've had a member come in here once and made $1 million in the first 30 days. All right? And that's a unicorn. It hasn't happened since. And that was early on in ADT. And we've had other members that's been here for a few years and barely making any money. And then we have others in everything in between, right? And we have people in here that make gobs of money. Results not guaranteed, of course. We have no control of how much you come in and learn, try to learn, how much education you get from us through your memberships, right? We can't control whether you click a mouse or fund an account. We have no control over that. But I would very strongly urge you to get out of the idea that I'm going to come in here and make a few bucks while I'm learning. That's the wrong way. Don't get your cart before your horse, right? Would you want a brain surgeon who is going to just come in the operating room when you get in there and just crack your head open, and he's not even a brain surgeon yet, but he's thinking about it? He's going to start going to school, but he hasn't yet. Would you want that guy operating on your noggin? I know I wouldn't, right? I'd want the guy to have the education first before he goes cracking my skull open, right, and fooling around with my brains. Well, it's the same way as trading. So over time, you'll develop the skill, right, that nobody could ever take away from you, and you'll learn what makes a good trade, when to enter, when to exit, those type of things. And it's not an easy endeavor. 95% of all day traders fail in the first 1 to 2 years because they don't have anybody to educate them. They don't have a community behind them that they can ask questions. They don't have live Zoom training. But we happen to have one of the best mentors in the business. We are the largest training and education investing company out there as far as we know. There's no one bigger. And we are live 7 days a week with our Zoom calls, literally 7 days. Again, free members obviously don't get that. Premium members get 8:45 to 4. Diamond members get Saturday and Sunday training. We actually have live Zoom calls on Saturdays and Sundays, as do the VIP Gold members. So there's a whole gamut there based on, and we have something for everybody's budget, and I did mention those. So get the education first. Do not skip it. Heed my words. Woodwork says, I trade mainly SPY options. How does that compare to futures? Always been interested, but didn't know. All right, well, let me put it this way. I believe if you have the education and you do very well and you're successful every day, very consistently green, making green trades each and every day, and I don't care how much money it is, a dollar's green if you're successful every day. A lot of what you know from trading stocks and stock options is fully transferable over to futures. Yeah, there's terms you got to learn, and there's some different things about stops and all that. So if you're not a total greenhorn, it's not that big of it's really not that hard. It's easy. Now, I traded stock options, and been a member of ADT for almost 2 years before I came over here to futures. So it was an easy transition for me. But there was still, I paper traded for a full 3 weeks, even after I joined futures, just because it was something new, right? I wanted to make sure that I knew, and my knower knew that I knew what I was doing before I actually started trading, funding a real account. So it's different. The biggest difference, there's two big differences. That reason that I love futures more than stock options now. Nothing wrong with stock options. Matter of fact, you have the potential to make more money trading stock options with less money. Okay. Why? Because you have the Greeks to deal with. When the price goes up, or if you're in a put, obviously, if the price goes down and it keeps on a nice steady gradient down, you get an acceleration of earnings, right? Now, when it goes against you, you also get an acceleration of losses, right? So if it pulls back on you $1, you may have to make $3 to get that $1 back, right? Depending on what type of contract it is and when does it expire and what time of the day it is, you know what I mean? So all those things that go along with options. SPY would be the same thing, would be ES, okay? ES, the thing you have to know about futures, they're actually the parent of stock options. So ES, which is the S&P 500, is actually the father of SPY, okay? And this is ES. Now, you can see this is in $6,400 price scaling here, right? It's in the thousands, where SPY is $630, right? It's not even a one-to-one type or 1/10 of a thing. But that's irrelevant. You also, the way you get paid, there are no Greeks in futures, okay? So the way you get paid for is in ticks. All tick is a division of a whole point, a whole dollar, if you may. They're not really called dollars. They are called points, but let's face it, we all think in dollars. So when we see this over here, we don't think of 6,400 points. We think of that as $6,400, right? That's just how we think. But the real term is points. So every one of those, every dollar is divided up into increments. Now, like the indices, S&P and NASDAQ, they're divided up into fourths. So every fourth of a dollar, you get paid X amount of dollars per contract. So every coin goes from 25 cents to 50 cents to 75 cents to a dollar. You make X amount of dollars. Like ES, you would make $12.50 every tick. So when it goes from 0 to 0.25, you get $12.50. When it goes from 0.25 to 50, of course, you get another $2.50 and on up. So whatever goes up, you get that. It's a contractual thing no matter what broker you have per tick. I mean, some of them are like golds as a tenth. Some of the indices are every 10 cents. The price scale on the chart also only goes up in quarters. That's the only way they pay, okay? Whatever the price scale, like oil and some of the indices are in 10-cent increments. So that's the only way you get paid, is that way. So whatever goes up a tick, or in this case with ES, which is SPY, you get $12.50 per contract. When it goes down one tick, you give up $12.50 per contract. When it goes back up one tick, you get that $12.50 back. I don't have to get $3 to get my $1 back. It's a pure straight up, straight down, just like if you were trading a stock, right? If a stock's $1 and it goes up to $1.10, well, you made 10 cents a share, right? If it pulls back down to $1, well, now you're back down to where you got in, but you lost that 10-cent profit, and on so forth. The other benefit I see is you have instant cash settlement when you're trading stock options, unless you're on a margin account with 25,000 or more. It's instant cash settlement. So every time I make a trade, the money that it costs me for this contract, I instantly get that money back. Plus, I can trade my profits also immediately. So as my account grows day to day, I could trade more and more and more. I could trade ES 10,000 times a day if I wanted to. Matter of fact, I've traded 81 times today. Now, that's kind of high for me recently, but that's not unusual either. Here I am on ES. It's a 200. Let's see what NQ is doing. It's still hanging up there. So I can come in here, right, and trade. So you get instant cash settlement. You don't have to wait till the next day for your cash account to settle. And that means I can trade more. I can stay and do more trading. I can stay in trades longer. I don't have to worry about being picky what I pick. You know, if you pick SPY and SPY don't run today, but Nvidia does, let's say, right? Well, I already got in that SPY trade, didn't do nothing. I used up all my cash. Now I can't get into that nice Nvidia run, right? Or whatever stock you want to dream up. So you don't have the PDT rules. You get instant cash settlement. There's no minimum margin requirement. A lot of brokers do have a minimum amount to open an account, but you don't have to have a minimum amount. You can have $5 left in your margin account and not get a violation of any kind. Now, the problem is you got to have enough money in there to trade one contract, to make money. So, there's a minimum. Different brokers have different prices for the contracts, but they all pay out exactly the same. That's contractual with the CME group, which runs the futures investments, and that's a Chicago mercantile chains out of Chicago. So to me, having no Greeks and having instant cash settlement is 100% worth giving up what profit I might make on options, right? That whole, it pulls back on you $1 and you got to make $3 to get it back kind of thing. Yeah, that and using up all my settled cash and have to wait till the next day. Those two things alone is what I love. And I didn't have a hard adjustment period. It was learning where to put my stops and those type of things. And that you get paid in ticks instead of by the Greeks. So by the delta, right? You're basing, if the delta's 0.45, that means loosely that every dollar that goes up, you make 45 cents. Is what the delta's telling you. Now there's a lot more that goes into that mathematical formula. That's kind of what to look for. And your contracts tend to be more expensive on Mondays, right before earnings, those type of things. If you're buying, say, Nvidia or a Tesla, one of those, if you're buying individual stock options, you don't have that. Futures contracts are priced the same on Mondays are on Friday, right? Now, also, they can raise it, like through when they have like the FOMC meeting, high volatility. The brokers reserve the right to raise their margin requirements as they see fit, but it doesn't happen all that often. Usually you know when it's going to happen anyway, because like the FOMC meeting, it always does that kind of thing. So, good question. All right, how's it going, MYT? Hopefully you learned something with us the other day. I see you came back, so you must have liked what you heard. MYT was in a trade the other day, last week. We helped walk him through. We didn't tell him when to buy or sell. TK Knight, what time frame do I trade on? Generally, if I'm scalping, I'm on a 1-minute chart. If I'm doing a 2-minute EWO, I'm on a 2-minute. However, lately, because of the volatility, I've been actually scalping on a 2-minute chart. I did it all day today, literally all day. I'll switch back to a 1-minute whenever the volume drops off. But when it's really volatile, and let's see where NQ's at right now. NQ is at a ATR 51 on a 2-minute candle. Earlier, that was like 108, 115. So it was really volatile. So it was kind of nice, actually, to have it on a higher time frame. Kind of smooth out all the, because it'll gyrate up and down, right? The 2-minute kind of takes 2 1-minute candles, combines that movement into one. So it's less, it makes you less nervous, maybe, if that's the word you want to use, right? Calmer, more peaceful, right? But you can put it on any time frame you want. Scalpers generally do 1 minute or less. I don't go below one. I traded on the 30-second before? Yeah, I have, but it's not my habit. And I scalp on the 1 minute, but lately it's been 2 minutes. It works good for me. Okay. Oh, good. MYT, you did learn a lot that day. Good. Make sure you grab one of them memberships when you get a chance. I know you said you was a student and all that, but okay. MYT, how do you see ES or SPY from here? I don't. I trade the trades in front of me. I don't try to form a bias, right? I'm going to type in 789 into TikTok here. I don't try to predict that it's going one way or other. Now, I can look at the L2 order book and see orders stacked up to the upside or downside and think it might go that way a little bit. but that's just one snapshot in time. That's not indicative of where it's going to go, right? So you want to trade here, trade your different levels, use your indicators and all the other tools that you have that we teach here. So hoping to get into trade here, calls or puts. Well, I can't tell you that. I am not a licensed, neither I or anyone else associated with American Dream Trading or licensed financial advisors. And as such, we can never give you investment, tax, or financial advice. We are not a call-out group. We are a education and training corporation. And yes, we are incorporated. Just want to go down to the downside or not? We're at 163. I need to change the setting on here. I don't like that color on there. Hang on. Let's see if I can remember where that's at. It might be over here. Trading. Nope. Nope. It's not in this one. Hang on a minute. I'm going to bring up some options here. I didn't bring up my. Let's see here. Bear with me. Market on, pre-market, high, low. Auto adjust. There we go. Main colors, cloud bull, 9, VWAP moving. Let's see. Well, one of these is here. I ain't gonna sit here and play with this all day. I just wanted to change that to a different color so I could see with a quick glance what the price was. It is stair stepping down. It is below the 9. It just doesn't have a big order to pull it down. By the time I jump in, that thing will bounce. I have a critical level down here, just 150 area, plus I have the 200 down there. So I am not in a trade right now. I was waiting on an order here. I could go short on this. I mean, there is a short-term downtrend here, obviously, right? That we can see after a climb up. So could I get in here and make a few dollars to the downside? Probably. 158, we're at 161. There's some orders there at 158 to the downside that I looked on my L2 order book. I might be able to make $1 or $2 off of this. And if I'm fortunate, it'll go down to that 158, and I'll make a few bucks. I'm seeing 156s at the bottom of my order book. I'm up $30 right now. Now 15, 159. What did I get in here? I got in at 160.75. Now I'm down $50, right? I'm gonna let it sit here. If it goes back down there again, I'm gonna just go ahead and grab the green. I could have already done it. I was looking here. So anyway, 160's at the bottom, and I'm already at 160, so that's not helping me any. And that order was down there. There it is, 158. There it is. There it is, right there. 158 and a quarter. That moves up. The price will go down. Now I'm up $25. It's got pushed down. That guy shoved his order around. I'll just go ahead and take the $25. If it pulls down more. So that was 25 bucks that fast, right? That was just on one E-mini contract. Yeah, that 158 order is still there, so it still wants to pull down, but people started throwing orders. So I took the good thing, the guaranteed, the quick buck or two. Don't hurt, you know what I mean? So that's what that was a pure what I call L2 trade. I seen it all on the order book on the L2, and so it was large enough that I felt it was going to pull that price down, and it did. Now I got snookered a couple times today, where I seen a big order, got all excited, jumped in, and as soon as I got in, I don't even know if it ever went green, it went red on me. I took two big losses. I mean, I was already way up on my profits, and man, I'll tell you what, it took probably 2/3 of it. Maybe I gave up profits, right? So, holy indicator says cry over on TikTok. Oh, you like that or what? Well, how did I learn to do that? By showing up every day at American Dream Trading and listening to the coach's voice. Listening to the sound of his voice in his training. He has over 33 years in the markets. And he trains us on everything. Stock options, crypto, and futures. All right, what did you try to tell me there, Doug? Anyhow. So, that's buyer way price keeps trying. I say 22 this week.
That's for the members.
Yeah.
In the zone.
I'm not saying it out loud. Yeah, that would be something. That would be something if it happened.
I mean, just looking at that chart is.
You know when that'll happen.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, you know when that'll happen, don't you? Whenever I take a 5-minute break, it always looks that way. That's why every time I go take a coffee break or go do some market research, on the golden throne, and every time I do that, I'm gone 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I come back thinking we could have made $1 million while I was gone.
Yeah.
Never
Market
fails.
drops 400 points.
Yeah. In fact, it happened to me today on, what was that, gold or something went up? I don't
I
know.
think so, yeah.
I was in the trade and I got out, and then I said, all right, I'm taking a break. Made good money. And like, all right, I'm going to take a break. Okay. Woodwork says, I got one of Coach's memberships back in early 22, still part of the amazing Discord. Well, good. If we got them promos there for $19, you want to come back in and kick the tires for 2 weeks, and either in the premium, the futures, or the crypto memberships, go over to our website there. If you scroll back up, well, I don't know if you got in after Doug posted them, you may not see them. We can't pin them, can we, Doug? We'll allow you to pin that many things. Only let you pin one thing, right, at a time. I don't know.
For YouTube, you can climb all the way up to the top of the chat.
Oh, can you?
It saves history for anyone that enters after the fact, but I just entered them again.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Right there they are. If you want to just check us out, see how things have changed since you've been here, believe me, they've changed tremendously. Of course, Coach is live. We are live 3 times for free for you guys to watch on all those major social media networks: TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Twix, Twitch, Twix, that's a candy bar, Instagram, you name it, we're on it. Kicks, we're on. And that's Coaches Live from 9 to 11. I'm here live from 2 to 4. And the aftermarket show starts over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading, at 4 p.m. Eastern Time daily, also Monday through Friday. All times I said are in Eastern Time. So check that out. Go to our website for additional information if you like. Or you could click on that. We'll take you to our third-party processor, which is WAP. All right. No, not that website, Nunya. Remind me to throat punch him tomorrow. In fact, I'll just do it now.
I was going to say, wait.
There you go, Nunya. That was for you. One of our paid members. Helping out. Kind of helping answer questions. By the way, Nunya is in first place, Doug, by 1.
I'm not shocked.
Wow. Let's see. Yes, this script here, this Pine script, is part of your paid membership. We provide that to you with Coach's indicators that he likes to use. He's helped develop all over the years. And this does come free with your paid membership: VIP Gold, Diamond membership, Futures membership, or Crypto membership. Right? Crypto. Or did he change that? What am I doing here, Doug? Why did that go up in the air up there like that, Doug? That's a big gamma candle. Can we write that down? What do we do with big gamma candles, Doug? Let's see what orders we got down there. 191 or more or less.
Could try a retracement.
Yeah, I missed it already. Yeah, all right. That's all right. I haven't done a retracement all day. I kind of steer away with them and just using one contract, but because I can get in and out quicker with multiple contracts. So.
Right.
All right.
That's one of my favorite plays right there, though.
Hey, man, I took your advice and I'm now long on all your money. Well, you were confusing me, sir, with somebody else. I never gave you advice to go one way or another on anything ever, as we do not give investment advice here at any time, nor will we tell you
never.
that. So obviously you have me confused with somebody else. We never, ever tell anybody when to get in or when to get out. We're not a call-out group. Now, I'll talk through a trade once I'm in it, but I'm not going to say I'm going to buy right here at this part, nor am I going to tell you when I sell. And remember, you are anywhere from 20 to 45 seconds behind what I'm doing here live. So, all right, we got motion to the upside here. What do we see? What do we see? Nothing. Nothing. It's going to stair step up there. You're going to pull back. Oh, there's some 201s there. I'll go for that. See if I make a quick scalp here. Again, this is just one E-mini. I'm not trading heavy or anything. There's some 202s I've seen there too. Let's get to 201 first, and we'll go from there. All right. There's a quick $20. There's $45. There's $135. There's $155. I think I'll just go ahead and take that. That's right at the 206. Actually, higher than I thought it would go. Why did I take that there? Because I'm a scalper once and all foremost. I could have stayed it and went up to here, but why I didn't is because there's a little minor double top right here. Generally on double tops, what happens? It rejects or it pauses. Could I have waited a little few seconds longer? Yeah, I could have. But I generally, right before it gets there, I will, if I see it pause at all, I'll go ahead and take my money and get out. And if it keeps going, I'll just re-enter. The other thing is I have a gold level here, and I have VWAP up here. So doesn't mean I can't re-enter. Now, when would I re-enter? I would think about it. Now, I'm going to have to look at my order book, but not until it breaks and holds above somewhere up in this area here, right? But right now, I got to get past this double top. As you can see, it did pull back. Right now, I got VWAP there that it can pull back on also. And VWAP's at that 220, what does that say? Get out of my road here. What is that number? That is 224.5, something like that, give or take a few. 224, so 225 would be above that. I don't see any orders right now. There's some 226s. There's some Once break and hold, I'm just looking for an order. It might shoot it up there. And there wasn't one, but it went up there anyway that I saw. I might have blinked and missed it because these things move so fast. There's some 230s. I'm at 228 now. Here it is. It has not broken, held above VWAP. Never want to enter a trade on VWAP because it's like a ginormous magnet. It'll suck you right back down. Just when you thought you would broke out, you get pulled back in. You know what I mean?
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Yes, they did. Ooh. All right. Let's see. All right. So anyway, Mr. Jets, I hope you figured out who you think you got advice from as far as entering long or short or whatever it is you said you did. Just so you're not confused, it wasn't me. Anyhow, all right, so now we're getting a pullback at VWAP. There's that double top area here, right? Could I played that to the downside? Yeah, I could have if I'd been paying attention, but I was reading comments at the time, right? So once I'm in a trade, I have to be laser focused because who knows what can happen to you there. So now we're seeing some 207s. Is it going to retry? Well, we'll see what happens if it gets around to retrying VWAP at that 224-ish level. So, thank you, Dunya. Do it all day long. In and out, in and out, in and out. I do use the L2 extensively. I ate my bacon at least 3 times today. Seen big orders in there and went in and tried to jump the gun a little bit once the candle was already moving. But I seen it, big orders there, jumped in and they dumped them orders and zoom, wiped me out right away. So it's not, remember, the L2 order book is orders that are placed but not initiated yet, right? So now I'm seeing 211s to the downside here. And we're currently at 217-ish. Is that what no, 214. I need, 214, 212. Sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. I don't know what I'm looking goofy here. We're at 211. Do I see any big orders to the downside here? Want to pull? It would be a nice run down if I can break through this level right here. But we'll see here. All right. Any other questions? Let's see here. All
yes,
right,
James,
good.
I see what Coach is doing.
What's that?
Take a look at our Traders Lounge, and you'll know after. Did you listen to him at all this morning?
No, not at all. Not at all.
No, you didn't have
Usually
him
I'll turn him on for a few minutes here and there, but no, we were talking trades and people had questions and comments and
he's putting a shush thing in the chat. I'm not going to say it. It's for the members, though. If you were listening, you'll get the inside joke of it all. I'll tell you later.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'll tell you later after live is done.
Okay. I can watch the replay.
You could, yeah.
Do you place a stop loss? You should place a stop loss each and every trade. All I got to do is click this box here. Now, you saw me trade without a stop loss. Now, let me tell you, I've been trading for almost 3 years. That's no excuse, but I am a scalper. I'm using my finger as I have a mental stop, right? So when I place a trade now, right here's all I got to do is click that. That puts me in a 40 tick loss, stop loss. So if it pulls back 40 ticks, then good. Here now I'm seeing here, what do I got to the downside below 204? Anything? Oh, big order down there to the downside. There's my stop loss right here. I'm going to slide that up. That's not quite enough. Was that 40? Didn't look like it. Anyway, I just seen a huge order there, but I didn't see the number. All I know it was less. I'm thinking it was below 200. If you guys are watching that, there's 190s. Here we go. It was a huge order. So here I told you I like to play this here to the downside. I'm gonna get out right here before this line here because the 9's right there, and there is $240. Bam, baby. How do you like that, huh? Huh? You know what Matthew would say? Even though he's a loser, he follows a loser's team. You know what Matthew said when Ohio State wiped the map with Texas? Here's what Matthew said about Ohio State. When I said, Matthew, don't you think Ohio State's a great team? You know what Matthew said?
All right.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did. I thought I'd throw that little ditty in there for you. Get a little call out, shout out to my Buckeyes. They didn't really wipe the map with them. It was kind of a defensive game. It wasn't all that exciting, actually. A couple good 3 plays, and that Manning kid ended up having a real nice series. It looked like he was going to drive down, try to win the game, but unfortunately, he's a loser, and he failed at his attempt. And we stopped them multiple times on the 1-inch line. They just couldn't get through. They couldn't get through our fat body guys. So anyway, you know what they say, loser. Anyway, so that's how you place a stop loss. Right here, you go right here, put it in how many ticks you want, and it'll pop it in there automatically. You saw I had that in there, right? So when I'm in quick scout mode, I'm in and out. Sometimes I'll scalp the same candle a couple times. Try not to do that, but I just do it without one because I got my finger on the button. I can instantly pull that. Now, is that a safe thing to do? Absolutely not. What if it pulls back real bad on me and I missed the button, right? Now it's already went past me. Now I got to reach for the button again, right? Well, if I had a stop loss, it would have guaranteed to stop me out. So, but yes, you should always trade with a stop. That's what Coach teaches, and if you're not doing it, you're breaking one of Coach's cardinal rules. All right, what do we got here now? Let's see. Albany? What the heck is in Albany? Alabama. Is that what you're saying there, Nunya? Speak English. We don't have some of these people. Some of these people in our group ain't too highly educated, especially that Nunya guy. That Nunya guy, he ain't right. That's all I can tell you.
Alabama.
Moving it down to the space camp place down there, Montgomery.
Yeah, they're moving Space Force or whatever
that's
it
all right.
is.
That's where the space camp and all that stuff's at. I've been there. Huntsville.
To Alabama, yeah.
Huntsville, Alabama. Been there.
So
cool.
One of our members that posted in the chat, he said, "Excuse me while I run around my apartment like a giddy little school kid."
All right. All right, MYT, you're making 30 to 40. Imagine what you could do with training. You ain't learning nothing on these lives. Yeah, you may have picked up a few things here and there, but imagine what could you do if he was properly trained. That 30 and 40 could be, well, I can't say because results are not guaranteed, right? If you're doing halfway decent without 30 to 40 day, ain't nothing to sneeze at, right? Add that up 20 trading days a month. Multiply that by 200, or multiply 30 to 40 a day by 260 trading days in a year. All right, give or take a day or two here and there. All right, so telling you, it'll change your life. Results not guaranteed, but the education will. You got to apply it. I just typed in 567, by the way, to TikTok. That is me. Do I take partial closes, scale out or scale in? Do I shed? No, I don't.
I was trying to quickly answer that one before you read it.
Oh, yeah. Mark don't shed. He does 100% of the time. Coach teaches that, right. And it is a very effective trading strategy. As you shed, you can let the runners run. But I'm a scalper. I'm just in and out, in and out, in and out. Now, would I, as it goes up? I have. It's not that I have never done it, but do I do it? No, it's not part of my trading regimen. And that coach teaches it. That's one of his main things to shed. You shed 50, 20, 20, 10, right? And I don't do that. I'm either all in or all out. And the reason I'm all out is because sometimes I got a lot of money on the line, right? You're trading 100 contracts, futures contracts, a lot of money, right? Could I shed that? Yeah. Should I shed that much? Yeah. But I'm literally in trades for minutes at the most, right? Depending on what's going on. It's not that I won't let them run, but generally I'm collecting profits as I go, and that's not the smartest way to trade. But I never claimed to be the smallest, brightest bulb in the pack either. Okay, so that was from Siren Ross 697-208 over there at TikTok. Good question. Yes, I know what coach teaches. I teach other people what coach teaches. Doesn't mean I institute them all in my life because, I think I'm smarter than Coach sometimes, right? We get that attitude. If I'd have listened to Coach when I first started with American Dream Trading, I wouldn't have lost all the money I did. Now, I still made 6 figures my first year, but I lost a lot of money in the process due to my own bullheadedness, not doing the way what Coach said to do, right? Not following the rules and all that. If I had listened, just all the money that I gave away in dumb trades and holding on to things wrong, and if only, right? Well, there ain't no mulligans in life usually. There's no mulligans in trading, that much I can assure you. Yes, you can get mulligans in life, but not in trading. How much is one NQ futures contract? Well, it depends on your broker. With Trade of 8, which I've recently switched over to for my futures, and it's just a small account. I started with like $1,300 as a trial, just because the first time I used it, I didn't have a good experience, so I wanted to give them another try, like, I don't know, 6 months later, whenever it was. And I've had a very good experience with them. I've had no issues. One NQ contract during the day, intraday margin, $1,600 plus dollars. With Trade of 8, it's $1,000. The overnight with this, these are Weebles. You have to check your own broker, whatever. Every broker is going to be different. Now they have to do, the payouts are exactly the same. That's contractual through the CME group. The overnight margin's like 34,000, 33 something, right? With Trade of 8, it's 1,000. So there's some advantages there. Now it is the 33,000 between 5 and 6. It's just that Trade of 8 intraday margins are good from 6 p.m. to 5 p.m. daily. So, and that's a good thing. All right. So anyhow, yeah, but every broker is going to be a little bit different. However, what you get paid per tick is the same with every broker. So, and also cheaper is not always better, right? We already know that, right? I'm not saying Trade of 8's the world's greatest thing or Weeble's the world's greatest. You have to see what they offer and how it fits your style of trading, right? And what you're looking for. So every time I trade one E-mini, I am putting $1,000 of margin. In other words, they take that out of my account and they hold it, and I trade with it. I can make. Hopefully, I'm making money. And if I do, as soon as the minute I exit that trade, that margin money goes right. That $1,000 goes right back into my account, along with all the profits, and I can immediately turn around instantly and trade that same money over and over and over again, thousands of times a day if I wanted to. No, you shouldn't trade that much, but you know what I mean. All right, so what do we got here to the upside? Now, same deal I had to start with this double top here, right? I really don't want to jump in here this way. Can I make some money between here and there? Yeah, but when it approaches a double top, sometimes it'll pull back early. See here when it went up here? Or no, that's when it went down. I'd really want to get in, start thinking about getting back in to the upside once it gets above VWAP somewhere. I usually will wait on a break and hold. And see, it didn't make it. The wicks, see how these wicks, if I don't know if you can see them on your device. Let me blow this up a little bit anyway so you can see it. See how the wicks, they made it 2/3 of the way up or 3/4 of the way up, but they didn't quite touch. That's why I kind of get a little more conservative, not trying to squeeze a trade out between here and there, just for that fact. It did go up, but it rejected immediately. I would have not had time to react that fast, probably, right? Sometimes they will kick back on that. All right, let's see what else. Any other questions? Let's take a look around. What is the Dow doing? Anything? Dow is actually consolidating. That Dow's kind of flat right there, isn't it? It's kind of just going sideways right there. Of course, ES probably looks like NQ. Same. They tend to mirror each other. And they are. Why do I like NQ more than ES? I don't. It's just, that's my jam right now. I've traded ES. And I'm like, well, you know what? I used to trade the Qs every single day. Q. Stock options, and that was my jam forever. Longest time. And so why not trade it? Now, you will know that NQ is generally the most volatile of them all. It will rip your face off without even giving you a kiss thank you. Right? All right. So, anyhow, part of trading, too, is sitting around waiting for that setup. And it's now power hour, so anything can happen. Right? Coach tells you if you're not an experienced trader, stay out of the market. I'm typing 1, 2, 3 into TikTok. Confirmation candles. Marcus Mike Jones. Can you show an example of confirmation, right? It's a break and hold, that type of thing. So what I'm looking for, ideally, is whenever a candle breaks either a level that I have here or an indicator or like say a double top or double bottom, those type of things, key levels, right? I do a lot of trading on the break and hold of the 9. So what I'm looking for, all right, here's my candle breaking through the 9 right here. And the next candle starting on the shoulder of the previous candle. Ideally, you want that because that is a sign of a stronger trade. When they don't start on the shoulder, it ends up being a weaker trade, right? And it may pull back. It doesn't mean it's going to go down. You know, it may just be temporary. As you can see, like this one was, it banged around, so eventually it did go up. So ideally, I want to see a candle like this right here. It didn't quite start on the shoulder of this candle, so this is going to be a weak trade. This may pull back without me even knowing it might, but it might not either, right? So actually, I want to see a candle start on the shoulder, have some oomph. See how this one's got oomph to the upside? Oomph, right? It's got some volume. It's moving up, right? So, you know, that's showing it might be a decent trade, right, to get into. Now, the only thing I don't like about it is didn't start on the shoulder of the previous candle, which means as the bottom of this candle is the same price the other price ended at. So that's a source of strength. It didn't pull back. But again, just like this one here, just because it doesn't start on the shoulder don't mean it won't. But it's a general observation. You really, for an ideal situation, that's what you want. Because you can see, well, you can see the results down here, right? Let's look backward here, right? And what that gives you is a nice stair step. So you want it to stair step down ideally. See, there's a candle on the shoulder, step up, shoulder, up to the top. This one did not start on the shoulder, so you can see it's slightly below. And then what did it do? Pulled back, bounced off my gold level. This candle also did not start on the shoulder, but it did go up in this case. And the next candle started on the shoulder, stair step up, started on the shoulder, stair step up, started on the shoulder, stair step up, started on the shoulder, stair step up. Get the idea yet? See the theme here? It's just whenever it doesn't, it tends to be a weaker trade. See, this one didn't start, and it was kind of weak, right? It pulled up a little bit. Still to the downside, but it's green technically, same as these here. You see any of these starting on the shoulders, right? Now this one started on the shoulder of that, and it went down. And this one started on the shoulder of that one, and the price went down. Next candle didn't. So that's what we mean. So I want to see the next candle sitting on the shoulder of the other one when I'm breaking through a critical area, whether it's historical levels, indicators, right? Those type of things. Break of the 9. See how this stair step. Again, I'm not going to enter this trade just because of this right here, this double top. So I rejected multiple times here. I can get in there. I can literally trade that in under 5 seconds and make a few dollars. But what happens if them 5 seconds it decides to pull back, right? So why risk it? This one didn't exactly start on the shoulder, but it's pretty close. But see the oomph up. I want to see motion in the direction I want it to go, just to kind of give me some confidence that it might continue that way. So, all right. So this is one to go up to the 213-ish level. We're right now at 212.25, and there's your 216. Blew right through that. So now I'm watching that one had a little bit of oomph to it, a little bit of kick, right? So, good questions. RC Fams asks, how long does it usually take for money to settle on Webull if you deposit with a debit card? If you have an approved debit card, I believe they tell you it's a few days shorter, but I wouldn't know. I've never actually used it myself. If one of the members in here has, you can speak up, but I always figure 5 to 7 business days on average for money to settle when you transfer it from your checking account to them. Has anybody else in here used a debit card to transfer money in? I don't know.
I have. It was 3 days.
3 days. Did you open an account with one? Or did you open after the fact?
No, I added the card to my current account.
Yeah.
It was faster than an ACH, only by a few days.
Yeah. A couple days difference. Okay. Now, you can get a wire transfer and have it, there right away, right? Same day or next day, depending on what time of the day you do it in.
Right.
I've always just sent it out of my checking account. Matter of fact, I think at the time Webull they didn't accept, I think it was Webull, or maybe it was TradeAvay, didn't accept MasterCard, and that's what my bank is. So I just did it through my checking account, just as simple. It wasn't no hurry anyway. I was paper trading anyway, like everybody should.
And I don't know, the ACHs are so easy.
Yeah.
Not to mess with anything.
Getting your money out is easy too. It's usually there the next day. Matter of fact, I made a withdrawal last week, and the first time out of trade of 8, and it was there the next morning, just like Weebles is. Weebles there next morning also.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm a complete beginner, would you suggest I'm so interested yet I don't want to risk your money? Well, that's a great news. I got great news for you there, Isabella. You know, we don't want you to risk money. We want you to get trained first. We're a training education. We don't even want you funding an account. We want you to come in and listen. You got to get the people want to come in and join something, stocks or stock options or futures or crypto, and they open an account and they're like, oh, all you got to do is click a mouse button in and out. I watched a couple of tiki-talkers tell me how to do it. That sounds easy, right? So easy a caveman can do it. Well, if I could do it, pretty much anybody can. But you need to get an education first. You know, give yourself time. You weren't making money here yesterday. Why are you in such a hurry to make money here tomorrow, right? That's a recipe for disaster. That's a recipe to ruin your account and go bankrupt your trading account. And you're like, oh, I tried it once. It didn't work for me. It's not for me, right? Baloney. Anybody can learn to do it, right? I'm living proof of that. So we want you to come in and learn, get educated, take notes, ask questions, right? Once you get to some certain level of understanding, then you can start paper trading, and you do that for quite a long time. You get to use the mechanics and how to enter trades, and learn the 4 or 5 different ways there is to execute a trade in and a trade out, those type of things. And only then will you start trading real money, and then you will do it in the smallest increment possible, right?
Hey, Mark.
Yes, sir. Ralph.
Take a look at gold.
Take a look at gold. I'm looking at gold. It's moving up with the indices again, isn't it? Yep. What's that?
He's doing it again, Mark. He wants to change
the
color
he wants
direction.
But indices are moving with gold again, or gold's moving with the indices again.
No, gold is breaking out new high.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. But the indices are going up, and so is gold. They're not doing the inverse right now. Here comes NQ up to that VWAP level at 224-ish. Do I have any big orders above that or not? I don't know. Let me see here. Again, I want to break and a hold above VWAP because that's the most powerful indicator on your chart, right? So hopefully that answered your question there, Isabella. Now I'm typing 456. There we go. Anyhow, it's now 3:13 and I haven't got any signal from TikTok, so maybe if we keep doing this, lots of activity on our live feed over there on TikTok. It'll keep me from having to solve that puzzle, and because this computer just doesn't like them puzzles for some reason, don't want to load up, and then if you don't answer it within that 5 minutes, they kill the TikTok feed. All right, have a great day, Doug. Thanks for your help.
Have a good night, everyone. Be safe.
I'll be in front of the computer 2 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow, catching a wave.
Dedication.
Assuming I wake up. Anyway. All right, so we're at 219 here, looking for a break and a hold above the 224. Now I do have another gold level up here around the 237 mark, so there's some areas of fighting it's got to get through to get up here. It won't be an easy ride up by any means, unless you get a lot of volume, and that's possible during power hour. But if you're not an experienced trader, you shouldn't be trading in power hour. Now it's showing 224. Wants to pop up there to VWAP. I've seen an order for 224, which is right there where that yellow line is. And we'll see what happens here. I've seen your comment there, Chad. Guy's got half the teeth in his head. He's got like a half a year of kindergarten education. Blind in one eye, can't see out of the other. Walks, one leg's longer than the other. Wears a shoe on one foot and none on the other. He's making fun of me. But, you know, that's how they are, born in the bayou down there, you know. Right, Ralph? And I'm not talking about Ralph either. I'm talking about the other guy. All right, let's see. Thank you for those hearts and likes and shares, everybody over there on TikTok. Nunya is leading the pack with 26. And I'm getting up here to VWAP. See that wick hit it? Right here, what did it do? Rejected right off of it. Told you that was the most powerful indicator on your chart. What am I doing when I'm trading the 9? Well, I'm trading the 9. I'm looking for a break and hold above the 9 as my entry level to enter a trade. So this was already pounced up, come down, and come down below. Break and hold above and get one on top of the other, like I said earlier. When I'm trading the 9, I want, if I'm going long, I want all my candles to stay above the 9 and that the 9 follows it pretty good, because you're going to get these big candles here. It'll get away from the 9, right? But the 9, you want to trade as long as it stays above the 9. If I'm going short, then I want to trade, want to keep all my lines to the downside of the 9. So it's kind of a, this is a short-term indicator, the 9 EMA. So I like using it. That's just one trading strategy of many that Coach has taught us as a group. Just one I've embraced. So, and I like it. Here we come to VWAP. There's that 222, 224-ish level. See some orders at 225. That's not high enough. I want to see a break and hold above VWAP. Break and hold. Critical. Don't jump in too soon. You want to see a candle in between to break that gravitational pull, if you would say. So the next candle would probably be up about here somewhere, right? Well, the break and hold hasn't broke yet, so I need one through here and another one forming on the shoulder of that one. Hasn't happened yet. Another, looks like another possible rejection. Now, I am seeing orders at 227, so this might pop here real quick. However, I'm not going to, man, I could take that trade and make that easy. I know I could, but VWAP is a powerful thing. I'm liable to get my face ripped off if I get in there, right? So I want to be careful here, even though the orders are there. See, now it pulled back already. So here it goes. If they think it can break above that, they'll probably get a pop in price. As you can see, if I'd have done that like I wanted to, I had my finger on the button about ready to press it, but I'm like, no, Mark, that's VWAP. You got to wait. Gotta wait for break and hold. If you don't, I'll likely end up statistically in a losing trade. So it's better just to wait. Part of trading is waiting. You don't lose a dime while you're waiting. All right, 227. There's some orders up there. VWAP is right here. So there's this pop. And there's my confirmation candle above VWAP. There's a broke above. Now this has to be on the shoulder and get some oomph to it. All right. If it has some oomph to it, I might think about jumping in it, right? Does this candle look like it has some oomph to you? It does to me. Now I'll just jump into that. There's my stop down there. Now I'm going to get into this trade and trade the trade that's in front of me, whether I make $5, $20, whatever. All right, there's $70. Do I see any more orders up the upside? What do I see? I see a gold line up there, right? And that gold line is going to make a bit. I missed the button. Missed the button, Mark. All right, now I'm losing trade. I'll give it a second here. See what's going to happen. That was my fault. Mechanical error. I moved my hand. And I could have clicked one of these buttons over here, but I didn't, so now it pulled back on me. So probably, if it gives another old college try up there, fine. If not, I'm going to take what I can get. I think a guy had said $30 or $40 there, but I missed it. So there's 10. It's teetering. It's teetering. I need to get, there's 35. I'll take that $40. That'll work for me for right now. Till it gets above my gold level. So I want to see this get through here. And I want to risk having it bounce off there again. Plus, I made them, I didn't collect one I could had. I missed it. So whenever I goof up like that, I don't double click. I wait and then reevaluate, right? There's 235s. 237 is this order, is this up here, this gold line. I'm watching my L2 for some 237s. See if I can make it up there or not. There you go. What do you think about the market next couple of weeks? I'm a swing trader, but today was bad. Why? You're a swing trader. You don't care about today, right? I mean, unless you made a really bad judgment of getting in. Swing trader can be anywhere from hours to days to weeks to months to years, right? Well, not usually years, but you can. Don't worry about one day. And again, I can't tell you. Your guess, my guess at $1.25 will get you a small cup of coffee at McDonald's. I don't have any idea what it's going to do any more than any of the talking heads on TV, right? Don't try to just trade the trade that's in front of you. You know, why did you swing trade it? What were you hoping? What's your goal, right? You don't jump out just because you have one bad day, right? So here I am on the shoulder of the previous, but I don't have any energy to the upside. There's some 233s. Again, I'm worried about that too. Ah! I got to get out of this trade. I didn't mean to click that button. I was moving my mouse and I clicked the button. That's why I screamed. Now I'm at that gold level. Now it's going to pull back. What is that number? 237. Now I'm down. Damn, that cost me 70 bucks right there. Ah! I mean, I can rip the Band-Aid off here. I'm going to see what happens here. 237. I do that every now and then. Bump my mouse button. All right, so I need 237s. There are some orders, but not very strong ones. I might have to take an L on this one. We'll see. As long as it stays up here, we'll be okay. There's some 238s. All right, so it's kind of teasing me that it wants to go back, at least maybe help me break even. And again, when I see $1 green, I'm out of this thing because I made a mistake. I didn't want to enter there. Well, I didn't want to enter at all, to tell you the truth. I told you I wanted to wait for it to break a hold above that gold line, did I not? So now I got to get out of this trade here. Now I'm down 145. Now, NQ moves on average of 60 ticks. 60 times 5 is how much? 300, right? So this could go up and down $300 in just one 2-minute candle. You think, well, he's down 130. That's a lot of money. Well, it is a lot of money, especially on a small count. But this candle has the potential to move $300 in one candle. Now, that could be 150 up, 150 down, 100 up, 50 down, right? Just an average. Yep, see that? Definitely, hopefully, the VWAP's going to save me and keep this up here. But there's no guarantee of that either. I'm watching these orders over here. I'm going to have to probably rip this Band-Aid off, take a loss, and that's part of trading. Now, that was my own fault, right, for bouncing my mouse around. Don't bounce your mouse, by the way. If you pick your mouse up to move it, try not to pick it up and bounce it, right? So, I'm sitting here with my finger on the button with hopium that just pops up. I don't see any orders to the upside up there, though. I always see some orders to the downside to 224. That would not be good for me. So this level right here is 227. I don't want to go below that. Now, I do have VWAP it could bounce off of if it does break that, but I don't want to count on that. So I'm going to kind of use this line as my line in the sand. If it breaks and holds below that, I'm going to have to get out. But you got to have an exit plan. What's your exit plan? Don't compromise it. That's my line in the sand. That's still a lot of money to be losing there, right? So it's still staying here. Their candles are consolidating. Consolidating's not horrible, but it doesn't help the stress levels any, does it? It ain't going straight up, right? There's some 231s that might want to pop up with. That'll help a little bit. 231 would be basically where it's at now, right there. All right, let's see what we got here. Anyway, there, you seen a mistake on my part, right? Live, what happened, right? Got in that trade. Now I'm down 120, 125. Watch how much these numbers gyrate, right? Just within one trade. I was down, what, 150 bucks at one point? I'm seeing some 234s to the upside. We're at 231 right now. We'll see if we can get out of this smelling like a rose or not. If not, I'll just rip the Band-Aid off and take the loss. You got to control you got to limit your downside, right? Do I want to take a loss? Absolutely not. But, you know, sometimes you got to preserve your account too, right? It's better to take a $10 loss than a $1,000 loss, right? So at some point you got to decide, where's your line in the sand? How far low am I going to allow this to go, right? I don't even want it to let this much go, that much, right? So we'll see what happens. I'm not panicking yet. I know I can have in a 60 tick, that's $300 price movement in one candle. So literally this thing could shoot up $300 in one candle. Now I'm getting down to my, right here, this VWAP. If this don't hold this level, I'm out. Come on, it hasn't broken, held above it yet. 224, I called that level out earlier. And I see a few orders at 226, but not enough to convince me this wants to go back here yet. We'll give it a minute. All right, I'm still within my parameters. All right. There's 221s. That's not good. The upside, let's see, 227s, 228s to the upside. That would be up above the white line there. If we can get them orders filled in time, might help me out a little bit. All right. So I have a plan here. I'm waiting and seeing, right? This ain't good here. It's got to stay up above this 224 level. I'm going to get up there. There's orders at 224 on the L2 that I'm seeing here. So I'm still holding tough. I'm down 300 bucks right there, right? That fast. So waiting on this to come up. Now power out or anything can happen. This can just collapse on me in a hurry, right? And dump. This is a dangerous time to be trading and playing like this, right? This is my own fault because when I picked my mouse up, I kind of banged it and it initiated a trade. So that wasn't good. But you learn not to do that. I've done that probably 4 or 5 times over the last year or two, just by moving my mouse, set it down a little hard, and click the button. All right, here we go. We're getting some 230s, 234s. All right. How long do you think I'm gonna sit in this trade if I see green? I guarantee you I ain't gonna worry about making no $100. I'm gonna take whatever I can just to save my bacon, right? Or if this decides it isn't gonna come back up, I might just cut my losses with less. We'll give it a rest here. Let's see, 234s are struggling. 234s would be right where it's at now, kinda. All right. 231s, this is very frustrating because this is power hour. And I want to get out of this trade. I don't want to trade during power hour. I want to get out of this. And I would like to come out of this green. So I'll give it some time here. All right. It's still basically consolidating sideways, even though the candles are gyrating all over the place. These are actually going sideways. They haven't agreed on a price up or down. But again, I wasn't happy when it went below that yellow line, but it did not hold below VWAP, did it? VWAP is a strong indicator. So I had a little bit of hopium because of VWAP being there, but that's not a reason all the time. You got to have, definitely, I'm only going to accept a $50 loss or a $100, whatever it is, right? I know that I got to stomach a potential $300 movement in one candle right now. Now, if you can't stomach that, you should not be trading NQ, right? That's a lot of movement. Most people can't stomach it. If you got a small count, you shouldn't be, right? You know, the reward's great, yeah, but the losses are worse. So you could wreck your small count in one trade, right? You can see the potential of that. So you need to trade. Yes, I am diddling in the middle, which makes it worse. Thank you for pointing that out there, Tex. That's it. He was saying I was diddling in the middle. I'm right in the middle of the channel up, right? This gray line's the middle of the channel. There's a red line down here and a green line down here. So that makes it even worse. You don't ever want to enter trades when you're diddling in the middle of a channel because it can go up. It's just as easy it can go down. All right, I'm still holding 233s. I haven't seen it go up any though. Well, I'm losing ground again. There we go. There's 233s. Like to show up when it gets down there. So maybe we'll get some oomph here, right? And 235 showing up a little bit down there, teeter-tottering. 236s, right there we go. Now I'm down $45, right? $15. There's some 238s there. This is going to probably stop right here. It's going to top out because this is really kind of a little mini double top here, right? We'll see what happens here. 238 orders at the bottom of the L2 I'm looking at. 238s. Be nice to see a 239 there to give me some confidence it might want to go up. There's 238s, 237, so it's teetering, right? Should I take the loss here right now? Well, I can, right? What if this pulls back, right? I could have got out for $40 loss. Or in this case, there's some 239s starting to show up. All right, things are looking a little bit, trying to tease a little bit. I might just even take the loss here at $25 on purpose, but it's still holding its own up there. And I have about 55 seconds left on this candle here, this 2-minute candle. Now I'm down 85. So was that a bad move not to take that? Well, I chose not to, so hopefully that wasn't a bad choice, right? Now I'm back down to 36s. All right. Let's see. Yes, it may dump, and I could end up in worse shape than I was, right? You see it went up to about, what, $10 loss maybe, 15, whatever it was, 20, 30, I don't remember. I'm watching the L2 more than I'm not watching the candles. I'm watching the L2, which is off to the side over 235s. It's just wanting to hang here. Yeah, I ain't going to play no more. If I have to, I'll just take a small loss. And that's fine, right? It's part of trading. Managing your risks, managing the downside. Can I take a $100 loss here? Yeah, I can. Really don't want to take that much, but if I can get some 236s again, there we go. Just as I said it, 236 at the bottom of my L2. Here we go. Pop it up there. Go ahead. There's some 237s trying to show, but not very strong. Now it's going to pull back again. There we go. How did I know that? I can see it on the L2 order book where people are placing trades. All right. Let's see what we're going to do here. My hands are getting all sweaty. Uh-oh. There's some 238. Oh, 239s again. Come on. Give me some 240s. Let's go. Pop up at 239. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. 239's at the bottom of the L2. It's not to the top yet. We're only at 235, 236. It wants to pop to 238, but it just doesn't have enough oomph. People are fighting and throwing in orders ahead of it, and that's keeping it pushing, keeps it pushed down, right? So here we go. I'm down $15. I'm down $10. There's that 239 there, right? I'm down 20 again. 239s are still there fighting. 238s. It kind of wants to go up. It just doesn't have the volume here. Is about a half of what it was. About 1,000 yet there, so we'll be all right. All right, there's some 240s. All right. I'm taking the $15. Get out of that trade. All right. Was that successful on my mistake? Right? Well, Mark, you should have waited. It could have popped up there. Yeah, could have, would have, should have. There it goes, right? I don't care. Whenever I make a mistake, whether I make a poor decision on entry and I realize it right away, now could I waited and made $50, whatever, $100? Sure. Well, whenever I make a mistake entering where I don't want to, or I enter where I told it to, but as soon as I get in, you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach, like, dang it, I shouldn't have got in here, right? As soon as I get green, if it goes against me and I get green, I get out, right? I'm thankful I broke even now. I'll re-evaluate the trade, which I'm not going to probably trade anymore now. It's pushing the hour there, and I want to get caught in a ginormous pull. Now, if this keeps stepping up, maybe, right? Maybe I'll switch to MNQ or something. I don't know. We'll see. Or I'll just do quicker scalps. But anyway, did I enter on that big pop-up? No, I entered right here. And it went down on me as soon as I entered in because I accidentally smacked my mouse and entered a trade by mistake. So you can watch that on the replay, right? So I was fortunate enough to get it out of that with profit, right? That's the important part. I didn't lose money on the trade, didn't make a lot, but I didn't lose anything either, right? Came out a couple bucks ahead to that. That's just fine, right? So, anywho, that'll work. Works for me anyway, right? Let me see where we're at here. All right. So I don't really, at the end of the day, I want to be careful. All right. I'm going to type in 123 on TikTok, even though it says ADT Coach. That's me. All right. How are you not positive yet? I'm already positive. Oh, that was before I got out. Well, because there's a delay, a slight delay. On your live count, how many scalps did you do an average a day? I'm kind of tracking that now. I never really have. Today I did a lot. Well, I can tell you. Hang on here. Wait a minute. I've done 86 trades today. That's probably an all-time high for a long time. Not an all-time high, but that's very high recently. And the reason is because I got myself into 2 very big losses early in the morning. And so I just scalped my way in. I just took trades I was trading candles, right? In and out. I'd make 5, 10, 15, $20, whatever, a trade. And eventually I scalped my way back over the big losses. I'm way ahead now, I mean. So that's the only reason that's so high. I'm probably doing, I'd have to run a report. It's the kind of thing I like about Trade-Evade. It does give you that information when I actually have to count. But yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I had a couple big losses, profit losses. They weren't losses in the red for the day, but I gave up a lot of profit. I was way up and then did some foolish things, foolish trades, poor judgments on my part. Anyway, so I did a lot of scalping. I did literally, as soon as it went green, get, like I said, $10, $20 or whatever green, I'd get out, bank it. Do it again, bank it. That was guaranteed money, right? Bank, bank, bank. If I let this go and go and go, it could pull back on me, right? And then I don't gain anything. So I was really just bang, 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 right? And so, sometimes I'll scalp same candle twice, sometimes 3 times if I have to, if I got out too early. So when I get a candle and it moves up and it pauses for a minute, if it don't move right away, I'll lock into profit if it's good, right? So, how much did I make today? I'm not going to give that information. How much did you make today? I'm not sharing my personal info. If I told you what it was, you wouldn't believe me anyway. That's why I don't tell you. Let's say I did pretty well. Again, I'm trading a small account, so I'm not making the massive money like I was on my other account. I'm not trading 100 contracts. Today, actually, for demonstration purposes, I traded 5 micro contracts of NQ all day. That's all I did, right? And then just recently, I'm doing right now, live right in front of you, trading 1 E-mini at a time. This is my real account I'm trading here, by the way. I didn't tell you that, but it is. So anyhow, no, I do not. And so, you know, when people come on here and report, who else do we have here? Let's see here. Yeah, who else do we have over there? Ralph, you a co-host over on TikTok or not?
I don't think so.
Never mind. No. Well, we got to get that fixed too for you. Let's see here.
You got James L should be, huh?
Yeah. Don't come in here offering to sell your products. That ain't how it works here. Don't be coming in here pushing your wares. This is not the place to do it, and we will show you the door, just like I just did that guy. Coming in here trying to sell bots. Bots don't work. If everybody had bots, everybody would be a millionaire, and we wouldn't all be sitting here watching each other trade, would we? There would be no need for it. Now look at this craziness going on. I took my eye off of it. Let's see where we're at. We're at the 250-ish level. We got a big order to the downside at 245, 246. Where's that at? That's about right in here, right? About ready to see that pull back. Right there. That's that 245, 246. All right. Let's see. Yeah, bots don't work. People want to sell you a bot, run away. If they worked, everybody would be using them and we'd all be billionaires, right? And the stock market wouldn't work anymore because everybody would know what to do, right? So it would never move. All right, so I thought it might pop here for a little bit, and apparently it's not going to. It's the 245 level right now, which is right around this white line here. So we'll leave it here for right now, just in case we get a pop. All right. Let's see. Wet my whistle. All right. I'm going to type in 345 into TikTok. There we go. All right. I can't believe it's now an hour and 38 minutes and TikTok's still alive. That's a good thing. All right. Got an order way down there, 249. I want to see some 250s at the bottom of the L2. There's an order there. 250 would be up in this neighborhood up here. It's only about 2 ticks now, only 1 tick away. I was a little slow on figuring that out. 248, 240. That's because I don't have this spread out enough. I'm trying to see where the numbers are at. There we go. We'll stretch it out a little extra wide, a lot wider than I'd like to have it, but at least I can see the numbers now, right? The 250 orders that were there, which 250 is right here, this area, top of that wick. They're not there anymore. They might have got filled even, but we'll see. It'll kick back. All right. Thank you for sharing, Chad. Seeing your equity announced. Thanks for the follows and Burhane and Andrew and Nanya Maroff. All right. Door, Cannibal Trend, and everybody over on YouTube's Captain Call Out. What was the biggest change for me switching to futures? Getting my stops figured out, how many ticks that I needed based on the way that I trade. And this wants to go to 252 right now, don't it? Did I miss that button? Yes, I did. God bless America. All right, so I got a little later here than I wanted to. Double clicked it, but a minute, so now I got to deal with it. So I'm going to take whatever I get out of this trade. I don't care if it's $5 or $10. I'm getting out of this trade as soon as I can. And when you know it, them orders are gonna pull right out of there. Come on, get back up there. Dang nabbit. That's twice. Well, the first one was for me banging the mouse. This one was me missing the button. Getting tired. Been a long day. I've been going since 2 a.m. So maybe I ought to just call it a day, huh? Making critical errors here that I normally shouldn't be making. 254. That would be nice to get it up there. Pop up there. There's $20. There's $30. There's some 56s coming up there. There's $15. Let's see. We're gonna get a little pop here. 255. And let's see. We're gonna get a next little pop. I'm out of this thing. I'm done. I gotta get out of this thing. Anyway, looking over there, there is some orders at 255, which is above where I got in at. Just got to work its way up the ladder there. There's minus $10, minus 15. Again, this candle started on the shoulder of the previous. See how they stair step, right? Let me get my thing back on the mouse so I'm not messing around here. And 253s are now 254. So that's I got to have at least 254 and above. And I'm watching on another screen right now. We're at 250s. The orders are there. They just got to get. There's a big 253 order. Wants to pop the 253, 252 area, which is right where I got in at, basically. Hair shorter maybe, but we'll see. The orders are sitting there. Well, at least right now they are. Problem is, this is getting even closer and closer and closer to time to not be trading, where it really gets dangerous. And you got to be careful, right? 256 is there. I'll get this a little pop here. Didn't pop like it wanted to. 255. Come on, get up here. Get enough oomph. Give me a few dollars more to pay for my fees. There we go. I'll take that $20 and get out. Oh, it's only $20. Well, yeah, it's better than a $10 loss or a $5 loss, right? All right, so now I can reevaluate where I want to be, where I want to get in. Do I want to keep doing this trading? I'm seeing some 258s, 259s. I got a line at 259. I want to wait and see what happens here. I have a critical or a historical level there of some kind. I don't know why, but it is there. So I'm going to wait for a break and hold above that. So I want to see some 260s on my and 261s on my L2 over here. See how nice this, when they start on the shoulder of the previous, see how they stair step up, signifies a potentially stronger movement upward, right? When it's side by side, see what it does? It'll folder. Again, it doesn't mean it won't keep going up, as in this case you can see one red candle there, right? But it kept going up anyway because it had enough volume coming in, right? So all right, so I'm going to get a stop loss in here, and I'm going to actually make a stop loss tighter. I'm going to go 35 here. I'm going to do about half of what it should be. Well, not quite half. It's a little over half. So I want to see a break and hold here. What I'm worried about now is during this time of the day is the highest risk trading, and I probably shouldn't even trade at all. And I may not. Just because it may, get a pullback, right? You could just drop. We've seen it happen many times, right? Where it just plummets all in one big candle. So, anyhow, that'd probably be the wise thing, right? I'm already thinking about it, talking about it, right? So, unless I start seeing some humongous orders of the upside, there's no way I won't. I would expect this, and it may not even do anything, right? Some days it's just flat. But look how far up this has climbed here recently, right? This is my other concern.
Yes.
See that?
It is a huge climb.
Yeah, and what happens at the end of the day when people make a lot of money? They may want to cash out, take their profit, right?
Right.
So it would probably be Mark's best interest to close that trading window, not even worry about it. Even if it shoots to the moon right now, I ain't going to worry about it. Well, that's what I say right now. Don't chase candles, right? If it shoots up, it could shoot down just as fast. So I'll sit on my hands. I had a great day today. I did well, let me do the math here real quick. Now, this is even after losing a lot of money today. I mean, I gave up a crap ton of profit today. Again, I didn't end up less than I was never red on the day. I just gave away that money I worked. It was probably 2 hours of work, and I gave it away in like 2 trades. And they were both my own fault. It wasn't the market took it from me or anything like that. Oh, yeah, that ain't right. Can't do math. I made 43.45% on my total account today. How's that? Does that sound like a pretty good day?
That's a great day.
That sounds like a great day. I think so, too. What do you think, Matthew? Do you think that was a great day? And aren't the High State Buckeyes the greatest football team you've ever seen?
All right, all right, all right.
See that? He even likes it. And I like Matthew. I like him. He's a cool dude. I'd like to meet him. Too bad his team sucks. Anyway. He's a little bit.
I don't think his team likes you.
No, I don't care if his team likes me. We're going to have to play him again probably till playoffs. And I'm sure they're going to do very well this year. I'm sure they're going to be a powerhouse, but you don't know, right? Yeah, we have a new quarterback too. So do they. I mean, Manning's not new, but he is new. He's not it's his first time officially starting for the season, but essentially they're both, he had a bad game, right? That's why I don't like seeing these big games, first game of the year. It's just too much on the line, and nobody's even been on the field smacking each other around to know what it's like, right? I always like to see him play somebody that's nobody, at least the first game of the year. But that's what training season's for, right? Training camp. But there's a big difference between paper trading or training camp and trading real money, getting out in the middle of the field, and getting smacked in the mouth, right? You're like, what the heck just hit me? Oh, is this going to pull to the downside? Oh, this is going to drop, right? Is that what you're thinking? All right. What you trade today mostly? Actually, mostly I traded gold, GC. Then I started trading because gold paused for a while. I did hit a new high today, and then it kind of just flatlined. So I'm like, yeah, that's enough of that. I'm getting out. Let's go find something else to trade. So I went to the indices, NQ. NQ gold was my 2 today. I don't know that I didn't trade anything else today. I traded, there's a whole crap ton of gold. Actually, it looks like I might have traded NQ more. Let me go clear here at the beginning. There's a lot of gold trades there. Let me see here. I don't know. Might be evenly split at this point between NQ and gold. About 50-50. Looking at the orders. Oh, that's cool. I just found another little thing here. Tells you how much each one you bought from the day. So, so that don't even add up right. But that, that's the number of contracts. Yeah, NQ was actually the largest, followed very closely by gold. So that was pretty close. Not quite half, but 60-40. So, any other questions? We're about ready to wrap up today. Again, we are live here 3 times per day. Coach is live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. Mainly talking stocks, options, but he talks about everything. He trains and everything. I'm live from 2 to 4 with the futures, and our aftermarket show starts at 4, immediately following this broadcast, over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. So, all right. IO, their D fees. All right, let me see here. Wrong button. Excuse me while I try to type something here for the 5th time. Gee, Chris, what the heck? This thing just doesn't. Oh, I see what's happened. TikTok's changing when I'm typing. I knew I typed it right. Actually, I watched it that time. Can I see a wide view of your golden zone and how it touches, it makes it golden? Well, yeah, I can. Let's see here. Again, this might have been, right here's the line here, right? Not this line, that's VWAP. See how these stopped right here? Bang, 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 bang. Yeah, some broke through, right? Some also stopped on it coming down, right? Right. What did these do here? Same thing. Bang, 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 bang. Yes, some come down, broke through, but you can see a lot of the resistance there, right? So lines obviously don't always stop on lines you draw on your chart just because you drew the lines there, but you're getting historical information. So you're looking for, a whole lot of input when possible when you just call something gold, right? Again, it's just a personal preference thing. Anyhow. Oh, what's going on here? Ralph, what's going on here? Why is that going to the moon, Ralph? What's going on? Do I want to trade that and get my face ripped off? Probably not, huh? Where's Doug at? Doug was supposed to keep me from doing dumb trades today. Where's he at? He left me. He left me with you in charge. What's up with that?
That's just the sellers getting out from this morning. Yeah. That's all.
Yep. What is this indicator? This is Coach's 3.0 set of indicators. Comes with your paid membership in VIP, VIP Gold, Crypto, Futures, and Diamond memberships. Does not come with a premium base entry membership or free membership, obviously. And as long as you're a paid member, you have access to this. So this is a regression channel. There's the green at the top of it. There's the bottom, red. And in the center is the middle. Diddling in the middle. Well, thank you, Grateful. That was nice. Nice. Thank you for the nice comments. Yeah, I'm pretty simpleton. People say, oh, there's a cup and a handle, and there's an inverted cross, or descending wedge, or an ascending triangle. You know what? Me personally, because I'm, simple-minded, I'll trade on the break in 9, right? Break of a level. Break of double tops. I wait for a break and hold. That's my main thing. It's one of the things that Coach taught. With the red and green shade, yeah, that's just a cloud. All that is just a visual separator between the 9 or the 21 and the 55 EMA. So you can see it's green, which means it's paused. It's moving upward, right? If it's red, it's moving downward. And you can see that. Now I got it all scrunched together, so it's kind of a mess. This is the 2-minute EWO that we use for the 2-minute EWO trading strategy. Again, all these panes are customizable. We'll have a volume indicator and all kinds of different things down here. So now you have to have TradingView for this to work, right? This only works on TradingView. That's a standalone software, charting software, has no association at all with American Dream Trading. It's something you have to go buy on your own. It's the largest, probably most popular stock charting software out there. Everybody loves it. I love it. I really do. And I can connect my broker, which in this case, Tradeovate, into this, or Webull, whatever. There's certain brokers you can hook to it. So the red and green is, green obviously, it's just a color separator. So as you're flipping through charts, I can say, oh, bang. Oh, this chart, this is green, right? Look at it. It's in an upward trend. Oh, that one's green. It's in an upward trend. So it's a quick visual. That's all it is. If not, then you just have the lines there. So, yep, I'm going to sit on my hands. We have about, what, 7 minutes left, 6 minutes. No sense coming in here and throwing money away, right? Had a good day. So no reason to screw any of that up, right? Right. So I did a total of 87 trades today. How about that? And that was the only reason I did that many is because I screwed up twice real big and I wanted to regain that back and I knew I could scout my way out of it. So, all right, good. All right. Well, I thank you all for being here. We're going to wrap it up. Remember, we are live here 3 times a day. Coach is live from 9 to 11. I'm live from 2 to 4. And Dawn has the aftermarket show live starting at 4 o'clock over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Also, while you're there, click subscribe, especially on our YouTube channel. There's also over 2,000 free videos, training videos that you can go look at and watch at your own leisure. Absolutely free. You don't even have to register. All you got to do is go to YouTube, right? If you got a YouTube account, you can look at those absolutely free training. Boy, I'd like to be in this thing, right? But I'm not. I'm going to resist the urge. I've seen candles going down all day. Upon the conclusion of any and all of our live broadcasts, they are available also for immediate review over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. So check that out. I do thank you all for being here today. Hopefully you had an enjoyable weekend, got all rested up. I know I had a good day today. If I wouldn't have gave up all that profit, it would have been nice. But, you know, it is what it is. I got it all back and a lot more, so I'm happy. Other than the fact that I committed some errors to give it away. So that means I made somebody else's day better. Remember, whenever you lose a trade, somebody's making money. Whenever you make money, somebody's losing money. That's how it works. Somebody's got to sell to buy and buy to sell, right? So, hey, Vegan Knowledge, you're my favorite. Yeah, we'd be excited to hear him too. I'll have to watch the replay, Vegan. I got rehearsal tonight, so I won't be able to watch. Anyway. I did not see any question. It does not show, Andrew, on my side. Not one question. It must have got filtered out on my end. And I did answer how many. I see one there that says on how many scalps do I do an average a day. I did answer that question if you're listening. And he said, you also said, how am I not positive yet? I was positive. It shows that there is a dead there. That was only 2 out of 3 that I can see of your questions. But thanks for your smart ass little comment there. Come back later when you got a better attitude. Thank you. Don't think I won't call you out, because I will. Paid memberships, by the way, has its privileges, in case you were wondering. But I'm a boomer. I don't care about your feelings. So, you know, I'll be nice. But if you want to make smart remarks like that behind a keyboard, then you're welcome to either stay and act like a mature adult if you are one, or move on. Anyway, nice way to end the show there, Andrew. Thank you for that very much. Anyway, try to leave positive. Yeah, I doubt that. You know, if you do, we'll talk about that one-on-one. Make sure you leave positive memories for other people that you may come in contact with, because you may be the only positive person, or Andrew, that they may come in contact with. So we are here live every day. And upon conclusion of this broadcast, it is available over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. And then again, the aftermarket show will be starting here at 4 o'clock over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. So I do thank you all for being here. We will see you the same time, same bat channel tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day after that. So thank you for being here. Adios.